Good morning, Year 4. It is Miss Markwell again on this Wednesday morning. I hope you're all very well and you've been getting on okay with money. I'm sorry I haven't done a video in a while. I have been quite ill, so I just needed to recover, but I'm feeling much better now and I'm going to do another video to explain estimating money amounts. So I hope you've all found money okay, and it's quite similar to decimals and you use lots of your decimal knowledge to help you with money. So we're going to go through this today and hopefully you'll all find it okay. So to do this, we're going to be rounding decimals to the nearest pound. We're going to approximate totals of two or more amounts, and we're going to be linking estimating money to real life scenarios, which I'm sure you've probably done maybe in the shop. You've been estimating and rounding money to work out if you have enough money to buy what you want. So firstly, we're just going to really briefly cover this to remind us. We did this in decimals, so hopefully it'll come back to you very quickly. So if I have got £1.36, what two whole numbers or what £2 does this come in between? So what two whole numbers and what £2 are on either side of £1.36? If you find this a little bit tricky, take out the pound sign and just look at 1.36 as a decimal. So what two whole numbers come in between that? It is 1 and 2. £1 and £2. So hopefully you remembered that from decimals. Next one, if I have £6.82, what whole numbers / pounds does this come in between? What two whole numbers are on either side of £6.82? It is £6 and £7. And again, if you find the pound sign throws you off a little bit, take it away and just work it out as a decimal, but always remember to put it back in at the end for your answer. Otherwise, you will probably get it wrong because you haven't got the pound sign in or the pence sign. Okay, now we're going to think about estimating where these numbers are going to go on our number line. And we did this a little bit with decimals, so hopefully it'll come back to you quite quickly. So we're going to look at £1 and 36 pence and £6 and 82 pence and work out whereabouts they're going to go on our number line. We already know that £1 and 36 pence comes in between £1 and £2, and on our number line it goes up in jumps of 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And we know that there are 100 pennies in a pound. So we go up in jumps of 10. So that might be the first thing you have to work out if you're given a number line. What do the jumps go up in? And then we think, where is our £1.36 going to be placed? We have £1, 10, 20, 30. So it's going to go somewhere after this line because it's not exactly £1.30, it's £1.36. So it's going to go just after around here. So just after halfway between £1.30 and £1.40. That's the first thing we do. We've worked out whereabouts it's going to go on our number line. Then we need to think, what could we round £1.36 to? We could round it to £1. And we know this because it is firstly closer to £1 on the number line, and secondly, from our decimals, we know that if you look at the 10th column, the number after the decimal place, it is 3, which is below 5, so that means we round it down to £1. So £1.36 can be rounded down to the nearest pound of £1. Next one is £6 and 82 pence. We need to think, whereabouts is this going to go on our number line? We know that £6 and 82 pence comes in between £6 and £7. And again, this number line jumps up in 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So £6 and 82 pence, we go £6, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And it's not exactly £6.80, it's £6.82, so it's just going to go about here maybe. Okay, so that's just an estimate. That's roughly where I think, approximately roughly where I think it's going to go. So that's the first thing I've done. I've placed my £6.82 on my number line. The next thing I need to think, what whole number could I round this to? Looking at the number line, it's quite obvious, but we're going to look at the tenths column. The number after the decimal place, it is an 8, so that means it is rounded up because it is above 5. So it gets rounded up to £7. Hopefully, you've remembered that from decimals. It's quite similar, only we've got a pound sign in, so don't let that throw you off. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to think, I've got a number of items here, and we're going to think, what could each item be rounded to? So you might want to pause the video and try and work it out yourself. By drawing a number line, by just doing it in your head, whatever you find the easiest for you. And then we're going to go through the answers. So if you would like to try this on a piece of paper, just pause the video quickly because I'm going to go through the answers now. So we have a comic worth 89p. Okay. First thing I need to think, what two numbers are on either side of 89p? Okay, that's not one full pound, 89 pence. So as a decimal, it would be 0.89. What two numbers are in between? We have 0 on one side and 1 on the other. If I look at my first digit, which would be the digit after the decimal place, the tenths column, it is an 8. So that is 5 and above. So that means it will be rounded up. So if I round 89p up, it could be rounded up to £1, because remember, we're rounding it to the nearest pound. It could be, we could round it up to the nearest pence, but we're only looking at rounding to the nearest pound. Okay, if you want to look at rounding to the nearest pence, I'm sure your mum or dad can help you and explain that to you, but at the moment we're just doing to the nearest pound. So 89p can be rounded up to £1. The next thing we have is a teddy bear, and a teddy bear costs £8.65. On a number line, if you've drawn a number line, on either side of your number line, the two whole numbers that come on either side of £8.65 is £8 and £9. So we need to think, what number can we round it to? If you've drawn a number line, you might be able to see quite clearly. If not, you go to the first digit after the decimal place, which is a 6 in the tenths column. That is 5 and above, so it gets rounded up. So £8.65 gets rounded up to £9. Okay, next one. We have some tickets for £14.35. So what two whole numbers, what £2 come on either side of £14.35? We know on either side of that we could have £14 and £15. So we go to the tenths column, which is the number after the decimal place, and it is a 3. That is below 5. So what does that mean? We have to round it down. So we round it down to 14. So that gets rounded to £14. And lastly, we have a book, the Spiderwick Chronicles, which we have read in school actually. A book which costs £4.49 on your number line. On either side of the number line, the two whole numbers, the two whole pounds that come on either side of £4.49 is £4 and £5. So we go to the tenths column, the number after the decimal place, it is a 4. So it is a 4, so it is rounded down because it is below 5. So that gets rounded down to £4. So there I've rounded. I haven't drawn any number lines, but you might have, and that is perfect. Then we think, Okay, so what will the total of the rounded prices be all together? So we need to think, what calculation could we do for this? And we know that we can do a adding calculation. So we need to add up all the total rounded numbers. And if we add those up, that equals to, we're going to add 1, add 9, add 14, add 4, and it equals to 28. So with all the prices rounded up, the total is rounded up to 28. Then it says, if I have £30, will I have enough to buy them all? And the answer is yes, because you've got £30, the total is rounded up to £28, so it's only rounded up to that, so it'll probably be a little bit less. So yes, you will have enough to buy all of the items, which is great. So that is all our maths for today, or estimating and rounding our money. So now you're going to go over to Teams or on the school website. There is a worksheet and spot check. And then if you would like, you can do mastery. And if you have any questions, please write us a message on Teams and we will hopefully get back to you as soon as possible. But I hope you have a lovely day, a lovely Wednesday, and get up to lots of exciting things. Bye.